Good morning to a glorious day 340. 340 days in glorious Barbados. Okay, so the guys are arriving as we speak. I say arriving, they've been here for a while. It's 20 past 8. Weather overclouded today, which is nice. Keeps the boiling hot heat away, which whilst you're working is quite essential. Before I start, please help me with some comments today. Some good comments over the Bank Holiday Weekend, so I hope everyone had a great Bank Holiday Weekend, by the way. In England we had the Jubilee, so it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. No Bank Holiday Monday. Here obviously no Jubilee, just a Bank Holiday Monday. So anyway, it's been to me it's been a 3 extra day weekend, which has been good. But we did work Saturday. The plan today, trying to get the guys together and go through a bit of a snagging list as to what's due to be done. We don't have a great deal of time to try and get things complete. I don't want to hit 365 days, obviously. So, but we still have quite a bit to do. We've got to look at what materials we have. So we want to try and put a drain here, and we want to put a drain over there and connect them all up downstairs. We need to work out how much pipe we have and how many elbows we have. The pipe down the back of the building here, which runs around and feeds the pump, the pool pump room over here. That's obviously being dug out and being buried today. There's some doors in here that still need the new bigger hinges installed. That needs to be done today. The carpenters are over here at the moment looking at the two extenders to the septic tank to ensure we work out what levels what, and we need to cut them back and install those today. The painter's here as well, so he's going to be busy today. I need him to do the window seal that I did on the window, and we need to get that all sealed, filled and silicone, so that's finished off. The window fitter is coming in tomorrow, Wednesday, so he can actually look at balancing that window properly for me, making sure that shuts better, rather than trying to be a weightlifter to do it. We've not even looked at the cottage. I mean, the cottage itself, once the windows go in Wednesday, will start going in Wednesday. We still have a great deal of work to do inside there. We've still got to cut back some of the bottoms of the walls so we can install the skirting boards, because the plastering's done this, so the skirting boards will either sit like that or sit too far away, so we have to chip away at some of the walls there to get those installed. We've still got to take up the old floor above the pump room and put the new floor down, but we can't do that until obviously the windows are in, everything's sealed, and we're ready to install that. The bathroom units, we still don't have the toilet and the cistern, so I need to go and source those, and then we have to install the whole bathroom. So we need the shower tiled, we need the shower floor done with the linear trap installed. The mixer's already in, but we then need to install the furniture over the tiles. The vanity unit and the sink and tap needs to be installed, which we already have. So yeah, there's a bit of work to be done in there, but it's not essential at the moment. It really isn't. It's not. I'd rather get it done before the 365. But it's not essential at the moment. The main thing is getting the rest of the house finished off. Where I'm concerned at the moment, the house is pretty much done, apart from the doors really. I'm still waiting for the new doors to be delivered. So we got a door for the storage cupboard stroke staircase downstairs, and the utilities cupboard. We're still waiting for the two doors to be delivered. They're meant to be here Saturday and they're not here as always. No communication as well, although I've chased. That's the other thing you'll find here as well. You have to chase everybody all the time. They don't chase you. I suppose it's the same around the world. Unless there's positivity to give, no one does anything. So again, the guy in England with windows, he's not coming back to me at all on the windows that he's not delivered. So I'm going to have to give him a call today to find out what the hell's going on, because they're going to take a while to manufacture and to ship. What else? Inside, I mean, there's a few snagging bits we've got to do. We've still got to install over here where we chipped out in here, look, with the plaster board and the skirting board. They're still missing, so we've still got to install those. Since we've obviously taken them off, let them dry out, and then installed the silicone, doesn't seem to be leaking at all, although we haven't had a great deal of rain. So I think we're quite safe to be able to put the plaster board and the kickboard back in place now. So that's the two areas. Obviously I'm still waiting for the door for here, so as soon as that turns out, that can go in. We also don't have the architrave for all the doors as well, because that was going to be delivered with the doors, so we're still waiting on that. But there's little things like, the door jams. The door jams on every door all need to be sorted out as well. So the bathroom door today I want to try and sort out, because that one has to be pulled to shut. So I want to try and take the door jamb off, let it shut naturally, put the door jambs back on again. And I also want to install the double-ended bolts through all the door handles. So some of the doors didn't have the actual bolts put through. So I think I told you guys on the English handles and the American ones as well, you have like obviously a north and a south, which is normally a little screw, and normally the east and the west is a drill right through, and you have a bolt that goes through that holds the door in place. Otherwise, over time, the door handle comes loose and it just comes off. So I don't think I installed one on this door, which I need to do. I certainly didn't do it on the bathroom door. So the bathroom door's got to shut better, so I need to get that done today. And I don't think, oh yeah, the hinges as well, shit. So I've got to do the bathroom door, the ensuite door here, got to do the hinges and get it shutting better. And also the bathroom door, the main bathroom door for the girls as well, that is needs to be done as well. So it's the two hinges and the two bolts in the handle, etc. need to be done. I also at some stage need to try and find a place to install, yay, so look, nice colour as well though, copper, beautiful. I mean, it's reasonably irrelevant at the moment because we haven't had the air conditioning put in, so the only point of having actually a Nest thermostat is to control your heating stroke air conditioning. We're certainly not going to need heating here, but we're certainly going to have air conditioning at some stage, so it'll be a thermostat for now to show you what the temperature is inside the house, with a view to at some stage it wirelessly connects to anything you have to either heat or to cool. So I definitely need to look at getting that put in at some stage. I was thinking about getting it put here, but again, it needs power. Now I do have a power cable inside here, but again I've got to try and fish it out and get it brought over to this side, which is going to be a pain in the arse. So I didn't quite think that one through. I mean, worst case scenario, I can put it anywhere in the house where there's a plug socket, so it doesn't have to be there. Just at the moment, I'd rather put it somewhere I'd like to have it rather than somewhere that is okay. Do you know what I mean? It can be here. You could just install it on the wall here, and unfortunately drop a cable through the cavity and then pull it out here and plug it in here. So there's plenty of places I can put it, but I wanted it somewhere that was a bit more featured rather than that'll do. At the weekend, like I said to you, I managed to fill the front door. The front door, I'm just going to go with one handle. I didn't tell you guys, but there's been a few teething problems with the actual door itself, the length of the bolt, etc. This door is just aggro. But the lock, like I said to you, I put the lock and everything in. The handle is installed. The handle isn't as long as I like it to be. I'm probably going to put a bigger handle on it. As much as it's quite a big handle, for this door it's not. So again, I filled with wood filler the holes, so we'll get those sanded down today. And I might get the painter to start looking at the door. I don't know what we're going to do with the door itself at the moment. Like I said to you over the weekend, I'm thinking about getting a laminate. The laminate sheets are 75 a sheet. The downside is they're 8 foot by 4 foot, and the door's 6 foot by 10 foot. So they're going to have to go widthways rather than heightways, lengthways, which means I'd need 3 per side. And then I'll have a big sheet and 2 smaller sheets, which I don't really want to do. But anyway, that's probably the best option, and then I can just stick it on the door and it's done. Do it both sides. Could even cap the side of the door as well, do it on the side. The whole door could be done in laminate, and then that way there's no painting, there's no maintenance. I can just leave it as it is. But again, there's still so much work to do on the door. So, yeah, the door itself, really, we need to now start working on finishing off the returns, because the door is pretty much in now. Now I can't see the door coming off at any stage for any reason. And apart from it should really come off to be sprayed and done properly, but it's too monstrous. So whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do in place. So I think what we should now start doing is trying to get the relevant returns, both sides of the wall here and this side, get them plasterboarded back now. But I need someone to do it, so I can't be bothered to do. I've done enough. So, like I said to you at the weekend, the window is in, that's all done. The only thing I've got to do is get some filler on here now, so this needs to be filled all the way around. It's siliconed in, it's screwed in. I've got to obviously do the inside and outside finishings, but that is done and dusted now, which is great. The doors are all in place, but I really can't be bothered doing anything on them at the moment. They all need to be balanced up, and I need that. I need the laminate roll that I got stuck onto the brown to try and hide where the actual gaps in between the doors are. I could really do with getting that done. But I might just get someone to do some of those teething things for me whilst I'm doing other things. Still got to cut a little bit of skirting board onto here, but that'll take 5 minutes. So yeah, really, it's just a snagging list really in here of minor things, but they all need to be done sooner rather than later. And then it's the major things that we still haven't got around to doing around the building. So I'm going to sit down with the supervisor in a minute, create a manual list, put them into a prioritised order of stuff that has to be done versus doesn't need to be done. And I think from there we'll have a bit of a target over the next 2 weeks about what we're actually doing. Other than that, we're pretty much where we need to be. Please help me with a like and subscribe and some comments, it'd be great. There was some good feedback over the weekend, so I appreciate that. We have a video. Anyway, I'll check in a bit later on. It's only 8:30, and I'll let you know how the day is going. Thank you. Okay, so we're 20 to 12. Quick update for you. I'm working on the doors inside. Sorry about the wind. G4S boys are here installing the alarm. The guys are doing the 3-foot window at the back. Showing some painting around the actual skirtings. And it's hot. So, let me quickly show you where we are. So at the moment the guys have actually installed the extensions. They're just straightening one up because it wasn't, sorry about that, incoming call, the wife. Okay, right, so they're just straightening these up. They've now been cut down. Unfortunately, they only do them in, they said 18 inch, but I think it's actually smaller than that. It looked about 14 inch. So they're 14 inch in height. We only needed 2 inch. I've had to buy both at nearly 150 each, and then we had to trim them right down and basically bin the bits there. So just to get it up level with the rest of the soil. The guys are in there doing the window. Unfortunately, the same situation as last time in as much as, oh, hang on. Try again. So having to make the window edges 2 inches higher on all of them, remember. So the 3-foot one's got to be done as well, and at the same time, the width has got to be taken out by another 3 inches because we ballsed up somehow. But anyway, Sherman's actually just put the first coat of paint on here, so he's going to be painting in all of these, getting this nice and white today. One thing he needs to do before he does anything is tape up that window. He's so used to just rolling now without having to do anything, he will end up screwing things up if he doesn't. So and let me just film what's going on around here. The steps have been redone, so they're now out of bounds at this present time. And then we've got the G4S boys in here. Okay, so they're installing the actual alarm system, the panels. They'll be running through here and putting door sensors, brake glass sensors, motion detectors, you name it. And then down here, we're now starting on this door here. It's one of the last ones to have the 3 larger hinges put on. But as you can see, the first problem I'm having at the moment is this is now straight. So is that one. Then we have a very thin gap down here, and the hinge is probably 4 or 5 mil set in that way. So either the door frame is twisted or the door is not straight, one of the two. But as you can see, the gap up here is monstrous. Even though that hinge is flat, then it closes in and then widens slightly. So I would say it's probably the frame. I don't have a longer level at the moment to test it, but I would say, if I was hesitant to guess, I would say the frame at the moment is slightly twisted, or without being twisted, it's been screwed in place in the wrong way. So the middle should have been bowed out more. So now I've got to decide what I'm going to do. I've got to make sure the door shuts okay with the frame, with the hinge in as it should be at the bottom and the top. And then we'll see whether this needs to be jacked out, whether it needs to be fixed in place. It was actually, all of them were straight on there before the smaller hinges, but it didn't make a very nice noise when it opened and shut. So I would say we're probably going to have to leave the hinges in place as they are now, which means this one will be deeper and that one will be out. And we'll have to work out, hopefully the door will shut nice, and then we can put the door jambs afterwards, and then we can try and tidy up this mess and try and refix these in. Again, I'll take all of this off, make sure this is all nice and tight, make sure the door shuts nice, and then install this afterwards, which seems to be the common problem here. They all seem to be put on first, then these are cut out, and then we have all problems with them shutting. So a little bit of mess, but we'll have this one and the other bathroom fixed by the end of the day. Well, I will have them done by the end of the day anyway. So anyway, I'll update you as I go. Before I go, don't forget to give me some thumbs up and some comments. Thank you. Okay, so we're at 4:30, the guys are packing up. White all around the corners. All the way around the corners. Can't really see. All around the corners. That's all done. The guys have been spending some time today in the cottage actually doing the 3-foot window. Silicone the actual window in that I did in the bathroom. Put the first coat on the threshold. Steps have been sorted out and weld-created, ready for the mason tomorrow. The unit's not open to show you the 3-foot window, but they've actually changed the size of the 3-foot window inside because it was actually just over 3 inches too wide. So we're going to have to take that in and redo that, which is fine. Hi, Tyson.
Good afternoon. You good?
Good, man. See you in the morning.
Yeah, man.
The extensions on the septic tank have now been done, and all silicone straight, which is good. Now obviously we need to bring some soil in and actually go around here as well and make sure this is all level. As you can see, we've got a hump here and this all needs to be leveled off, so we need to get that done.
Hey, Super Marlon!
See that, Smithy?
Yeah, boy! Hey, Super Marlon here!
They've done a bit around the side as well, so hopefully they've done the pipe. We've got to do the pipes there tomorrow as well, which is to do with the irrigation and the gas feeds into the basement. So we'll certainly get those done. I think we're locked here at the moment. Let me double check. Yeah. Window fitter's coming tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get him onto these two here, the 2 smaller windows first. And then after he's done the 2 small windows, then we'll get him onto the bigger one here. So the guys were doing something around here earlier today, I'm not too sure what, but the pipe seems to be dug right out now and be as low as it needs to be. They do want to tuck this up against the wall more, but I think we might as well just leave it as it is. It's up on the actual foundation anyway. So that's all done, that's ready to be backfilled. My tree needs to be trimmed. We trimmed this one here, although it looks a bit of a mess. But we do need to do that at some stage. And then inside, quickly show you. No great change on the door front because I've had quite a few visitors today, but 2 things have happened in here. First of all, the door is now in. Okay, so all 3 hinges have been changed. What he says. Take that away. So now the door. Oh, it shuts like a door should. 3 hinges on. Again, I've taken as much space out of here as I physically can without making it bind. We've got a reasonably wide gap here and it thins again up here. And the door frame is actually bowed. So I've had to set this hinge back slightly, but again, there's no spring on the door, which is good. I've managed to get this now screwed in tighter, but again, it needs to be filled and made to look pretty. This is put back on. And I'm in the midst of doing the door jambs as we speak. As you can see, nice and neat now on here, as it should be. But I can't help the bit that he's already bodged up here and here. And that's on all hinges. All hinges, unfortunately, are a little bit, again, nice and neat as it should be done, but unfortunately, bodged here. So I'll get the door shut in a minute and get the door jamb put back on again, and then it is ready for, again, like the other doors, ready for fill and sand and paint. The other thing we've had done as well is the lovely G4S boys. So we've got the smoke detectors now installed around the building. We've got IR sensors in the corner over here and over here. We've got another unit which is actually on the wall here now, which is a little digital one. So that's where the unit will be, although it's a little bit off. Again, they've got their door breakers on as well, which is good. So yeah, we've got a new system and that's going to be monitored as well. So the front door's got one on there as well. So all the doors have got the actual we've got our units and also the other units as well. So we've got 2 decent systems in here now, and that's all the way around. And we've also got it on the monitor system as well. We've also got break glass sensors going in. Should finish that off tomorrow. So we'll get this front door shut whilst I'm here. As much of that draft is absolutely stunning. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the day so far. So as you can see, quite a bit done today. We've got a big list of things to do. keep on chomping away at that list, and hopefully we'll get to a point eventually there'll be nothing left on it. But I think we've got about 23, 24 items on the list. So hopefully we can get that list shrinking and disappearing. Other than that, I will check and be bright and breezy before we go. Don't forget to give me some comments below, because the comments are great. Certainly help me. And at the same time, the odd thumbs up and subscribe certainly helps out as well. So have a great evening in the meantime, and I will check on you guys tomorrow.